Digital notebooks are making tons of money on Etsy, but how do you actually create one? Let's open Canva and I'll show you how easily it is to make a digital notebook from scratch. So first we want to create a new design. So I'm here under Canva's homepage and then I'm going to click custom size. And then first I'm gonna change it from pixels to inches. And then I'm just going to make an 8.5 by 11. So it's very simple, create a new design. And then I'm just gonna to rename this digital notebook. So now I wanted to find a really nice pattern background for my cover. So under the elements, I'm gonna to search for background pattern. And then on graphic, you can either select graphics or photos. It's really up to you. But there's usually some really pretty versions under graphics. And if you scroll down, you will see that some of these graphics have this little pro icon. So if you have Canva Pro, you will be able to access it. And Canva has tons of background patterns. If you went to something very natural or very simplistic, you could easily find something that kind of fits your style. I like this particular background. It's kind of pretty, and some backgrounds you could actually go in and customize the colors, which is nice. So I'm just gonna to stretch it out, and then I'm gonna to press R to activate a rectangle, resize it, and I'm also gonna to change to white and add a little bit of corner rounding and maybe a subtle outline. And then you could also get fancy with it by adding maybe like a shadow over here, so it's look like a real notebook. So I'm gonna to press R again to activate a rectangle and resize that. Select the color swatch and I'm gonna to turn this into a dark gradient. So select gradient over here, change both to black, and then in the second one I'm just gonna to reduce this all the way down, so now it's almost like a realistic shadow. And then under the transparency, I'm just gonna to lower it just a bit, and then we want to duplicate this. So I'm gonna to duplicate this one, put it right next to it, and then select the color switch, the little gradient. So now the gradient is going to opposite way. So now it's look like you have this realistic indentation within your particular notebook, which is kind of cool. So we are going to leave an area right here for notebook, and then I'm going to select the text to find a really cute text combination. If I ever struggle with finding cute fonts, I like to go over here just to get some inspiration. I'm going to select this one because I really like this font. So this is called Copper BT, and then I'm gonna to change this to my note center, and I'm gonna to select the color swatch. So Canva grabs colors from any graphics in the design, which is a really nice. So could also add some lines directly under if somebody wants to actually write on it. So I'm gonna to press L on my keyboard to activate the line, change it into 1% line weight, and then duplicate that line. So this gives the user the option to write on the cover itself. So now we have our real nice cover. I'm actually gonna to select add new page, and here we are just gonna to start adding our basic lines. So press L on the keyboard again, and I'm gonna to stretch it out, change the line weight to 1 end, and then click duplicate. So before you deselect, you are gonna to grab this arrow right here and bring it down. So it's really up to you on how wide you wanted to space between each lines to bite. So before that deselected, we're going to press Command D or Control D on your keyword and keep pressing it so it's duplicates perfectly under each line. So I wanted to add a similar illustration to this pattern, so I'm gonna to select the pattern in the sidebar, click on those three dots and then click see more like this. So you are gonna to see patterns that are very similar. Select this, put in it over here, and then just gonna to short I'm just gonna to shorten these particular lines right here. So we have this really nice graphic. So the next thing we are gonna to do is we are gonna to click on the grid view at the bottom right, and then we are gonna to command D or control D, or you could just click on the three dots and click the duplicate page. I'm just gonna to duplicate several different pages. So Canva has a page limit, so for something like this, maybe make it like 50 pages long. So it has a little bit of pull, and then you could always go in, and if you wanted to customize things, go ahead and add different little graphics to each corner. So now that you have all of the page ready, what you could do is you can download it as a PDF. So go to share at the top right, click download, and we are gonna to select PDF standard. And what's great about this is you could easily just duplicate this particular design and then just quickly update the background, the fonts, and the little graphics and resell it as another design. So I'm actually gonna to delete this background and add something different here. I'm gonna to select this one, and the really great thing about this pattern is that if you actually duplicate this and just put it right next to it, it will continue the design. So I'm gonna to duplicate it so looks like an actual pattern design, and then just duplicate this one and the next one so it looks like an actual patterns, or you could just make this extra large. I'm gonna to select position, and under the layers I'm actually going to move this. So all the patterns, I'm gonna to hold shift on my keyboard and select all of the text layers and put it above. So now you could easily see things. And then I'm gonna to also change the font. So I want the font to be a different color. All of the text layers and put it above. So now you could easily see this. And then I'm gonna to also change the font. So I want the fonts to be a different color and different style. So I update the font, and then with this shadow, since you can't really see it right here, this little crease shadow that we could do is we could change this to white, so that way you could see that really nice crease right there. Change this to white, and then you could just go in and update the graphics. So you probably wanted to do this before you duplicate all 50 pages. I'm actually gonna to just remove this page by holding on number 3, pressing shifts, and then selecting the last one. So I'm selecting all them, deleting it, and then I'm just gonna to remove this little guy, and then I'm just gonna to look for some little orange flower graphics that are similar to the design. This is cute. This is cute. So I'm gonna to go ahead and add one down to the bottom right, resize these little lines here. So hold shift on your keyboard, so that way you could resize them straighter. Press grid view, and now I'm just gonna to do command D or control D, or you could just select duplicate by clicking on the three dots And then I'm just gonna to duplicate it really quickly using my keyboard down to 50 pages. So we were easily able to create two different types of notebooks in a Canva. So you could literally just duplicate this file, swap out the pattern, change the fonts and swap out the little graphics, and you could sell them on Etsy. You could sell them on the Stern Store, Shopify. You could make thousands of these notebooks, and you could even sell them on Amazon KDP. Let me know in the comments if you want to make a video showcase how to create these notebooks in Amazon KDP. If you like this video, make sure to press like, give me subscribe, and let me know what you think about these types of videos in the comments.